Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. We have Iyah's Karmageddon. Now, I seen clips of this a long time ago, and I plan to do a breakdown of it, or my little metaphysical perspective I give on some of these music videos. And yeah, I just never got to it. But a crazy synchronicity happened the other day too. This was actually yesterday. I woke up randomly at 3 or 4 a.m. and I made the mistake of doom scrolling. I usually do not touch my phone in the morning, but I think spirit led me to do it, and I did it, and immediately my algorithms usually brain rot and funny things, but I scrolled and I swear it was back to back rage bait, fear mongering, and I was like off of one video, and I was like, you know what? I knew that this wasn't my algorithm, so I shouldn't have like scrolled down this like video stream, because you know how certain reels you go on, they have certain whatever's video like related videos and stuff. It felt like this video stream I went on hit every single thing going on in the world. It was like the gender war, this freaking climate change, if climate change is real, you know, like religion, and it was just back to back. And I said, yeah, I'm not touching my phone for the rest of September. And funny enough, I follow Iyah, and I went on her story, and she literally had a post that talked about this. I think I have the post. I could probably put it here after the intro, but it cracked me up because it was like a synchronicity. This always happens to me. It's like I feel like the people I follow or whatever happens, it could be even people in my life, we end up aligning to the same thoughts when I end up catching up with them. So it was so funny. I tapped on her story, which was 4 hours later. It was 8 o'clock my time, and yeah, I was like, oh, this is so ironic that I said I just want to tap in and go back into nature, because I literally was like, dude, with everything with AI and everything going on, I'm just but I have videos coming on that. I don't want to yap too long for the intro. I'm going to show the post that she put. It lined up. I resonated with it 100%, and then we're going to get into the music video. But anyways, love y'all. Sorry for yapping so long. If you're new here, this is what I do. Thank you for tapping into the frequency. Remember to be your authentic self. Remember to spread that love that you feel for yourself. And yeah, let's go. If y'all don't know, Iyah, I'm going to steal it right from her description. I got her other song that I want to cover too that she did 2 weeks ago, but it is, oh, it's not in this one? Oh, she baited me. It's in this one. Iyah is an Australian alt-pop artist, medical doctor, and rising global voice known for capturing the spirit of the times with rich melodies and razor-sharp lyrics. She first gained attention with her viral song, Karmageddon, a poetic takedown of media manipulation, celebrity idolatry, and political division. Yeah, so yeah, it was on that video. Okay, let's do it. I'm late to the party on this one, but also I knew of this song.
Phone on a Monday morning.
It's funny, today's Monday.
Staring at my screen, I'm tired and a little lonely. Mr. Muskie says some shit that left so angry. Twitter wars and Gaza, man, it's overwhelming.
Facts.
Maybe that's how life becomes when people less important than a profit line. No one cares about your dreams, just pay your tax on time. Keep scrolling. Hold me near to you now. Gender, guns, religion, and abortion rights. You better pick a tribe and ain't the other side.
Right?
Did you see Taylor live?
Man-made virus, watch some millions
Oh, I never seen the video. This is cool.
Here's inflation, that's your prize. This is Karmageddon.
Wow.
Turn on the news and eat the lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie.
This is, the full is so much better.
More than wars, genocide. This is Karmageddon. Welcome to the chaos of the times. If you go left and I go right, pray we make it out alive. This is Karmageddon.
Yeah, I love artists that do this.
It's Fashion Week, celebs lose ribs. Balenciaga, how's the kids? Just as Drake, he's losing beef. Kendrick killed him in his sleep. This track's about beating up your queen.
Ooh.
More women dying doesn't cause a scene. While we're fed all these distractions, kids are killed from Israel's actions. I'ma speak my mind. Sick to death of all these crazy lies. A circus for humanity's decline. We just want a peaceful life. Give the people back their rights. And I still got a beef. Cause Fauci's laughing and we've been asleep. And who's a liar and it's running deep. Big pharma finna eat. They a devil make 'em weak. Man-made virus, watch some millions
that was
die.
cool.
Biggest
That
profit
was
of
cool.
their
I love how they did the video.
That's your prize. This is Karmageddon. Turn on the news and eat their lies. Kim or Kanye, pick a side. Cancel culture, what a vibe. This is Karmageddon. Corporations swear they never lie. Politicians bribe for life. More and more, it's genocide. This is Karmageddon. Welcome to the chaos of the time.
I'm like literally, I'm trying to vibe, but bro, it's so funny that she named the song Karmageddon. I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, so first things I have to say, Iyah, shout out to you for being brave enough to do this again. That's like, I got the honor a long time ago of talking to B.O.B. here and there, on and off, right at the beginning of my spiritual awakening. If y'all don't know, I definitely go recommend you listen to B.O.B.'s music as well. Not to literally promote him on her music video. That may sound weird, but the reason I'm saying it is usually in these videos, like even when I talk about, somebody just left a comment on Aniko's video. I think that's how you say their name, Aniko. But artists like Aniko, Iyah, B.O.B., again, I say are the artists that are really trying to, really trying to leave hints for you. And I remember B.O.B. saying once, there's certain artists that do leave hints in their songs, but because certain people sign certain contracts, not all of them can say things. So shout outs to her, because I also remember, I think, seeing a post when I followed her. I instantly followed her after seeing clips of Karmageddon, because I was like, any artist really, even if they're a plant or not, right? I don't know, not saying she's a plant, don't know, because I've kind of hinted at this with Tom McDonald, but they don't necessarily benefit from literally talking about the system and what it's doing, and they have no benefit to their own personal thing. I really don't understand how somebody who is like pretending to be conscious would necessarily gain, unless it was just to profit off of talking about things that people have already brought up. Not really sure, because it will lose you like sponsorships and things like that. So, and I've seen from her that she went down that path and had like, I think she had a post where it said her label dropped her, but I thought the coolest thing about her was she was a doctor also, or she still is a doctor. And I think that just is big for someone, with that medical background, to also talk about the things that they're poisoning us with. Because, I don't think it takes somebody who's actually in the field to pick up the patterns, but it's like when somebody from the field tries, they usually get silenced immediately. I mean, when the big thing happened in 2020, there was a lot of doctors that tried to come out that got silenced. And I feel like, the majority of people really trying to seek truth and find that truth were also being silenced, or it's like this whole picking a side thing was pushed. Anyways, I'm going to start rambling if I don't stay on topic. What I would say is her lyrics are pretty straightforward. I mean, there's nothing to break down. It is straight up. I've seen it, man. I've seen it, especially with the celebrity thing. And like, yeah, but did you see Taylor live? It's like, I seen a clip of Taylor Swift one time that somebody compiled together, where it was like an interview of her literally saying that she sways her fans to one side of the political spectrum, or she was like engineered to do that. I don't know. Like I say with everyone, I'm pretty sure there was a cool guy that left there was a cool guy I literally met in Walmart when I was talking to my, like, didn't meet him, but like kind of like had an interaction when I was talking about the whole Diddy stuff with my stepdad. This dude said, yeah, like Holly weird. Like he came into the conversation for a quick moment and said that, but I'm telling you guys, like it's so they feed so many distractions. Like the funny thing about Diddy and everyone speaking about that, or even when it's things like Luigi Mangione, like in reason I didn't even make videos on that stuff, is because I realize when they're literally trying to give you, it's guys, it's such an intricate but simple game where they're giving you your heroes and also giving you the villains, while also giving you certain villains and putting a spotlight on them to hide themselves. Like, you know, I know like the Diddy stuff and all the Epstein stuff, you got to really think who it involves. It's there's so much, which is why I say at the end of the day, I think the best thing you could do is, if you guys are into spirituality or, you know, being more holistic in nature, really understand the universal laws. Songs called Karmageddon, really like see what's going on, and then do your best to try to live authentically and spread the word to other people and unplug from the system as much as you can. Even if you're working, truly escaping the matrix for everyone will be just trying to make a new system put in place. Like really, like, you know, I see people talk about escaping the matrix. This song makes me think about that. And it's like, you guys, even if you do whatever these, like, you know, I see the escape the matrix term being popular with the finance bros. You don't escape the matrix. This is all the matrix. That's the point of it. It's Karmageddon. Like, you think the people at the top who rule the world and know these occult esoteric teachings and stuff don't know what's going on? Like, they definitely do know what's going on. They know that the entirety of this reality was supposed to be a more holistic place. You know, I seen stuff about them trying to block out the sun, and people talk about how the Simpsons predicted it years ago that they're trying to block out the sun. And it's like, really think why they're trying to do all of this. You know, there's an entity here trying to take control of this realm, and it definitely knows that the power is in the people, definitely because the people have numbers. And of course, what being that has reign over a realm would want the people in the realm that are basically like the batteries of it to realize that they were gods or more spiritual beings? Why would they want to feed you distractions? You know, but this too, I remember this Balenciagas, how's the kids, just ask Drake. And while this too, this is a big one. Diss tracks about beating up your queen while women dying doesn't cause a scene. Really think about that, you guys. She's saying it straight. I don't even have to break it up. Kids are killed from it. I'm not going to touch on that, you know, but just saying, like, that's, you know, because I feel like the comments are gonna come for that. But oh man, sick to death of all these crazy lies. Give the people back their rights, man. And I love it because it gives me the vibe of B.O.B. I seen a dude post a video about how B.O.B. threw away his entire career, and it's like, no, he didn't. He still has tons of fans, and the real fans that stick with him through and through, because he decided to speak real. Like, he decided to speak real, and I'm just, and that, say what you want to say, but the person, one man can change the world. One man can affect an entire collective conscious, and he was one to do it. People were so torn on the whole, you know, earth thing, but it wasn't a matter of if the earth was a certain shape. It was that truth was being questioned. What is truth? Is truth only what someone tells you? The things that you're fed and taught in school? Who taught those people? Where does the information come from? What is the source? How do we get back to the source? You know, it's like these questions, they don't want you thinking. They don't want you critically thinking. They, you know, that's what all this 5G and poisoning the food and all of it is about. They really do not want you doing this. Now, on this channel, I don't really speak of it too much, but a song like this is very intense. So I got to speak like this in the video because, you know, I try to drop it hints in my videos too when I do commentary videos and stuff. So big. Man-made virus, watch the millions die. You know, like a doctor is saying that to y'all. What are y'all really going to say to that? Here's inflation, that's your prize. And that's the thing too, is this is what I want to say to people who may have an issue with the whole man-made virus argument and all of it. It's not necessarily that it's man-made, but or that the vaccine or whatever didn't help certain individuals, or that vaccines don't help certain individuals. The real thing is how science is based like this. Oh, evolution and all this. It's like, you know, it's that part of a mad scientist mind, or a, you know, certain individual like Steve Jobs, where it's like, you know, if it's like that leadership question, but not in the terms of a fantasy world where the leader is like, look, if we're going to lose this many men to protect 100 million more lives, then so be it. No, some of these scientists and the way they think with vaccines and things like this is more of, okay, well, if 500 million of y'all die to this, but then we save 300 million, hey, so be it. It's like, that's the type of logic that I'm talking about, that is the real discussion under what it looks like, you know. And even when people are like, yo, I just don't feel right to get this vaccinated, this whole misinformation, people don't know who to trust, like that is the bigger thing at play. But they'll try to still divide you and make you think that these people are just uneducated, stupid, or even try to mislead. They really try to control the narrative of someone going and educating themselves on certain topics is a dumb decision. That, like, yo, you guys have to understand, the CIA is literally probably partying in their rooms that they've convinced people that people who go and educate themselves on certain topics are actually the idiots. Think about that for a second. You go and read books and read how certain vaccines work and how they use whatever, like a dead version of whatever, or what they mix together, test, blah, blah, blah. Say you become educated and then tell yourself, you know what, just out of respect for my family and I'm going to choose not to do it. And imagine they really convinced you to hate a person based on your choices. So, speaking of choice, something she talked about in this was the left and right, the political war. It's like, again, they got you choosing in red or blue. The Matrix showed you. You think that was just a coincidence? Red and blue flags, red and blue pills, red and blue Democratic and Republican parties. No, man, this is not. This reality is carefully curated by design to have this many people under control. That's why I say, go and learn your universal laws and do what you can. Do what you can. She said it here, if you go left and I go right, pray we make it out alive. Because then at the end of the day, the system's going to eat itself. It doesn't matter if you pick a side. That's why a lot of enlightenment and spiritual metaphysical things are about becoming the middle point and ascending past the duality. Because it doesn't matter if you pick left or right. You're going to face the consequences of both choices that they carefully curated for you to make. This is Karmageddon. And I love this, man. I used to say this as a kid. You know, it's funny to see artists talking about this now and making a big wave. And I was 13, 14 years old getting called weird, saying like, why did people pay attention to celebrities? Like, genuinely. Now that I have a little base of people, I get like creating a community of people around a certain individual, or a certain individual goes out and makes a community. Because I've always said it, I love the way certain YouTube creators have created a community of people, and YouTube and different social medias have allowed people to go and branch out and make these communities that, you know, I bet like the community that follows Iyah wants truth, is more for holistic living and bringing us to more of our roots, or more of a integration with nature that would, you know, benefit the overall collective conscious and other people, right? So I get it, but then this idolization of a character, even me to a degree, because I've seen it, and no disrespect to this comment, I've said it before in another video where I've talked about parasocial relationships. It's like that whole thing. You can't really control it, but that's why I always tell people in my videos, you are me, we are the same. You're me and I am you. Everything that I've done, you can go and do too. You have the same power within you. It's more about everyone being on this playing field of just authentically be yourself. There is no one that you should idolize more than yourself. I'm not kidding. In an internal sense, not a narcissistic way, but truthfully self-love, and to the point where you don't get, you know, these people are just humans, man. And I've met a lot of celebrities in my lifetime. So it's just funny. It's really like, they're just people. They're really just people. And I used to say this back when I was 13. I would make Facebook posts. I don't have Facebook anymore, but I would literally say how I thought it was strange how people got so infatuated with certain people. I seen it in certain communities on YouTube as well with certain YouTubers, but still at the end of the day, these are all people, you know, though in a realm where this type of duality can go on, it's always going to exist, but still. Anyways, it's 11:11. Oh wow, 17:17 on the recording as well. Give me one sec, guys. The literal most insane thing happened at 11:11 when my partner called me. Holy shit. So it's insane. The recording was at 17:17 and the phone was at 11:11 when I got the call. So anyways, to wrap up this video, I'm just going to say again, because I was yapping a lot about this whole thing. I just want to say you got to educate yourself. Definitely don't get caught in all the distractions. And big shout out to IMA, because, you know, IMA is out here doing, I would say, the divine's work when it comes to just saying it straight and risking whatever connections that she may have in the music industry. It is what it is. You know, people gotta take up the mantle and talk about these things when they can, just to bring awareness to it. You know, because I know sometimes like I fall down the rabbit hole of knowing all the stuff that's like going on, whether it, you know, we're talking about HARP, we're talking about deep underground tunnels all over the US, all that stuff. But if you focus on that stuff too much, just like how that post I'm going to put in the beginning of the video, you know, you consume that too much, it becomes your reality, because energy, manifestation, all this is a real thing. So it's like your reality will build on whatever you keep your awareness on. And that's why I say the biggest thing is educate yourself, connect with God in whatever way you see connecting with God is for you in the divine, and get out in nature, connect, you know, put other people onto the wave, like share, you know, be your authentic self so that other people can see that and be inspired to embody themselves. And yeah, man, just stay aware of this stuff going on, but always keep your mind focused on building the new world. You know, shout out to IMA. It takes some big balls to do this. It really does. I mean, I feel like in the type of climate, I'd say in collective conscious we are now, people coming out about this more and more is more common. And I'm glad, because there was a point in time where you couldn't say this. Like when I had an awakening, which was like when I was 18, which I'm 25 now, you know, I was getting called crazy. There's a little bit of psychic stuff that went on with what happened to me. But, you know, when I was telling people about this, like weather manipulation, all these things, you know, it's just like, but how, but why would they do this? Why this? And now you see it's becoming more apparent, right? Anyways, I'm gonna have videos talking about AI and topics like this little by little. I'm still gonna do my gaming and all that stuff in my music breakdowns. But I love when I get the chance to talk about this. Most of the time I keep it out of my awareness, because at the end of the day, you're gonna need multiple people to rise and embody their true selves to see the new world completely shift. So I'm definitely all for the system falling and creating a new one. And again, I say, in case anyone's watching me, because my brother and I have been followed in black cars before. You want to know a fun fact too? Just to tell y'all, if you want a fun fact of why I know this stuff is real. I used to have a YouTube channel where I talked about this stuff like really open. And funny enough, there's multiple occurrences we've had with Freemasons where literally a Freemason sat down with he came in to eat at this restaurant that my brother worked at, my brother from another mother, and, you know, asked him, you know, you ever heard about that? And even the staff there were like, oh, he had the little G in the compass on his license plate. Now, I'm not saying this to out myself as like, oh, you know, even when I did the interview with Max Igan on my channel, people were like, he's a Mason, all of this. And I was like, he is a Mason? Well, if he is, I mean, yeah, I guess it is what it is. Yeah. Anyways, also, P.S. last note, yo, I have had a crazy adventure. I had to keep stopping this video and everything. And I was like, wow, today is crazy when I decided to shoot this video. But I want to give like just another bigger, better shout out, because I feel like I didn't do much of a breakdown, because IMA, she's out here saying it to y'all. Y'all got to listen up. But you know, my message in the video was to really evolve spiritually and everything, and really understand how, you know, the universal laws and everything. As I'm telling you all this, like the day I picked to shoot this has been chaotic, but I said September is going to be crazy. It's going to be even better than the last month for me when it comes to materializing things into existence. You want to know what happens? Literally, I'm helping my girlfriend with a bunch. I got to Uber back to my place. When I go to Uber back to my place, I meet a guy, a literal connect. He's telling me how he's starting to build a business. We start talking about what I do and like talk about metaphysics and things. Dude invites me to come meet with him like at a cafe or something and talk about marketing and stuff that it blows my mind how that works. And that's what I mean is like, I said, man, the universe, it's wild. Like God is wild. All of this, it's wild, dude. That's why I know more people focusing on yourself and your community and raising your vibration. We will create this. We will create the new world, man. I'm telling you, that's what they fear. Everybody waking up to their own power. And that's why they got to keep you down. So listen to what Iyah is saying. Don't fall for the distractions. Guys, this is wild, man. He said it was so cool meeting this guy. This is the second time in my town that this has happened like this after I started saying affirmations about how opportunities always just fall into my lap. So sick. Such a cool individual. And now I got this guy as a contact, and he seems like such an awesome guy. And that's what I mean. I always feel like I meet awesome people and connect with so many people. I love it, man. This is why I do what I do. Sorry, I just thought I'd had to share that for any of you out there who feel like there's no hope. It was kind of my point of this video too, of why I wanted to cover her songs now, is this idea that, you know, don't give in to the fear mongering. And I know that sometimes paying attention to this type of stuff, even when it's songs bringing awareness of it, we can sometimes get looped into thinking that it's going to end, but remember, or like the world's going to end, but remember, it's perception. Your perception rules your reality. And I feel like we are all crafting the new world. And Iyah is one of the leaders of this too. And you can be as well. So yeah, man, I don't really get to do this too much over certain songs, but any conscious song on my channel, you'll hear me yapping the same stuff. Anyways, love y'all, and give me other recommendations down below. I'm also going to do her other song, Everything's Fine. So yeah. And this was a sick video with the visuals, the editing and everything. I meant to say that, but I just kept getting interrupted during this video, which is okay. I guess that's just how the energy was today. But man, I'm so hype if you can't tell, dude. I gotta go start working on other stuff. I don't even know. Much love and Moonlight. Love y'all. I'm out.